Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast. Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of Double X.
Internet radio.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hey, my name is Davis and I'm from Haiti, but I live in Dominican Republic. I'm here, Positive Power 21, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.
That's right, you tell them, little buddy. You tell them, family, you listen to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide right here on Positive Power, Double XI Christian Media, right here in the beautiful Charm City. Hope everybody had a great Monday. I know sometimes Mondays can be a little tough. And even tougher now that you're waking up to the same old place every Monday. Going on 10 weeks of quarantine. Can you handle it? Can you handle it, family? That's right, y'all. Show composure to your loved ones. I know it's not easy sometimes, but there's going to be more good times than there are bad times. So show love to the family. Do something special for them. Break out a card game. Some spades or something. Yeah. That always ease the tension. Yeah, it's a lot of great card games out there. Pull up some new ones on YouTube, y'all. I learned a new one. Love that game. All right, welcome everybody to Positive Power. We got a special guest here. Co-host tonight is SHAY Samuel. Shoot me throwing down with my man Johnny FATS from MG Music of North Carolina and Deacon of Authority. I believe he's with Deacon Authority because I know so many of those guys. But anyway, we're so happy to have him here. Also, we want to shout out to some of our radio angels who have fallen. We have several musicians as well as radio people. I won't call their names out, but because I hate when people do that sometimes because all the family members haven't got word yet, maybe. So anyway, just keep these people close to your heart. Definitely, the sun is shining on those people because they've done some great deeds on this planet. So, our heart goes out to their families because they definitely would be missed, because there was one of my biggest fans. I used to look forward to getting her text, but she used to make me laugh all the time. She was so funny, but she will be missed. All right. SHAY Samuel, what's going on, SHAY? How you doing?
What's up, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, a.k.a. The Batman. Happy Monday.
Yeah, happy Monday to you, too. What's so fast? Went fast today. Yeah.
What too?
Yeah.
Fast Monday.
Yeah.
You said it went fast. Yeah.
Monday went fast.
I'm kind of like in between that. The mornings go by fast, and then by 2, it just feels like the day slows down for me. So I'm in that in between. Time. Like I'm still in that. I need more hours in my daytime.
Yeah. Instead of trying to squeeze more out of 24 hours and into the next day like some of us do. Yeah, I had fun yesterday. Fortunately, I have some talent that lives in my household, so we was able to film MVP with Sky, and it's giving me more chance to be able to concentrate on that show as well. And of course, we introduced another new show. One of the characters, he's here. Skeet Jones from New York is here, and we looking so forward. Yeah, man, we so excited, and they had a great time on the set yesterday. It's causing Jordy and because they're gonna be going off to school real soon. We hope, and give us a chance to have some fun and be creative and everything. You gotta think outside the box sometime in the situation we're in right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's important for all of us to take advantage of the time that we have, especially with the loved ones in the house, because it's like they're the ones that kind of get neglected the most without us knowing it, of course, because we're just in and out, especially if you're in somewhat of the entertainment business and you just are going. And so this has really given us an opportunity to just bond. And that's what I see most of on Instagram and social media. People are really spending time. I think it started off a little chaotic.
Yeah,
if I must
yeah.
say. I think, just those first couple of days in the house. But, we have people who are cooking with their family members now. And the news showed a bunch of the kids who have been home now taking on more of the household chores.
Yeah,
So they're
yeah.
learning responsibility in that area. But just getting to know, like, I don't know if you just kind of like, hey, I didn't know that about you. And that could be your child,
Mhm.
Skill
Yeah, we
set.
had that. We had that here.
My daughter, your daughter too, with the hair. Like, they just are doing so much, and a lot is coming out of them.
Yeah, it's funny because they just called down here before the Keisha show and asked me, did I have any black hair dye? And I said, you know what? I don't have black, but I got dark brown because I was trying to buy coloring for my beard, but I grabbed the wrong box. It was during that time when, people were sneaking in stores, and I was grabbing the wrong stuff. So anyway, I said, it's in the Jeep. I was about to throw it away too. So
they used it.
Yeah,
you just never know.
Yeah, she's doing her thing. Business been popping off with her. She's been ordering new supplies and new vendor, and so far, customers been happy. They've been coming through, picking up their stuff, and I said, somebody making money.
Yeah. Once I get, I've done something different with my hair. Just for the quarantine purposes, I said I'm gonna let my hair relax a little bit. So I let my daughter do individual braids in my hair. So a lot of people are starting to see me live, and they're like, "Well, wait a second, I've never seen you with braids." And so I'm enjoying them though. They're very low maintenance.
Yeah, they are.
They're very low maintenance, and I don't know how long, because I don't want to get lazy. Eventually, I just feel like I would start getting braids and then really get lazy. I like to change up my hair. So
yeah, you do.
Been looking at different styles, and you can't really do much. I like different colors. You know how I am.
Yeah,
I like to go big. I like to go long. I like to go blonde.
Well, you ready? Sky's ready for you because she does it all.
And I said I am ready. Actually, I probably just I kept thought about it. I said I need to put some on backlog, just get them and then have them all hanging up in a row.
Yeah, I had Lakeisha laughing. Lakeisha, I said, did you see my picture? She said, yeah. She said, you got more hair than my son. I said, my wife said, is your hair longer than Dr. Holmes? Because his hair is long.
Oh my!
I said, yeah, my hair longer than Dr. Holmes.
Shout out to Dr. Holmes.
I know, he's funny. She said, you need a haircut then. I said, no. I just grew it back. It fell out when the doctor gave me the wrong medicine. No.
Uh-oh. The guys are worse than the girls, though. I do see that the men are worse than the women. The women, at least, we have some skill set. We can throw some gel and put our hair back in the ponytail and slick the baby hair down. If y'all don't know how to cut your hair, y'all don't know how to just shave your own beard, y'all are just out here woofing.
But I can handle my beard, but I used to cut my hair all the time, but since it got really long, it's like, I don't know. I'm a producer now. I can look like a producer. Just walk around the ponytail.
Well, you kind of already did. You look like one of those execs.
Yeah,
you look like one of those super producer execs.
That's right. And then now
I think I could actually, men wear ponytails. I'll come over and just gel your hair back and put it in that little ponytail, like basketball players. You see basketball players, how they wear their hair with
it's a lot back there. It was pulled all back. She said, yeah, you need a haircut. She gonna be cutting while I'm asleep.
I think you got inspired by
Skeet Jones. Yeah, Skeet got nice hair. Skeet got good hair. And Corey on his way. I'm glad you said something because she was about to ship Corey off like that. And I had to hit her up. So she had to.
I told you.
Yeah.
See, I pay attention.
You do. I was getting nervous, man. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. But I would have just turned it over to.
I'm glad you sent little Corey to me.
I know, man. That was close. Man, that would have been close.
I think you need to do that from now on.
Because Corey,
just shoot me a text.
Corey want to be a rock star. I got his drums and everything. Corey gonna be a drummer, rapper. Corey ready to get off. Skeet can't wait to get Corey here. Corey.
We can't wait.
Yeah, I was telling Jordy, I said we gotta get the drums out.
I think you got your look from him.
For me?
Yeah. I think the puppets kind of inspired your new hair look.
Skeet. Yeah, my hair longer than Skeet's though. But I know I told you my hair was long. You didn't believe it. I told you it was more than 6 inches long.
No, I've seen it. I've seen your little picture with your mask on and your semi-workout selfies. You're almost like not even noticeable with the mask, the earphones, the hair, the bands. You just almost are not noticeable. But Batman kind of covered up. People didn't know that it was him. So, you got your Batman in disguise on. I see you.
That's right. I can't wait till Corey get here. I can't wait till Lil D send the track. Man, there's some people excited. I've been talking to some people with Emmys and Grammys that want to contribute to some of the other puppets. I said, I don't know if they can sing. Let me Skeet back got to sing. I can't.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see what you do with them, and I'm excited about them and the positive power.
We're excited, man. We can't wait till the Flim Flam operation quarantine is over, so we get out there and have some fun. I missed 3 tapings. And I'm heading to North Carolina. I'm trying to head to North Carolina to hang out with Johnny FATS and Cedric Hester, the M&G guys in August. And this thing is messing me up. Yeah. Anyway, let's bring Johnny FATS out. Let's talk to this guy. What's up, man? What's going on, Johnny? What's going on, brother?
What's good, man? How y'all doing out there, D?
Good, man.
How are you?
You know what? I'm glad. You know what?
Beautiful, man.
Just Johnny saying that real quick. I just got a thought. I need to go get some crabs. I don't know why that happened. You made me think of seafood, man. You like seafood, bro?
Yeah, I love it, man.
Yeah.
It's a long time in New York.
That's right. It's Memorial Day coming up. Celebration.
Sure.
That's right.
Gotta work this week, but it's all right for me. I'd rather work than be out here in this mess anyway.
That's right. All right, well, look, man, thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate you, brother, and I hope you and Shay have a great show, man. I'm right here if you guys need me, amen.
All right, 10-4.
Well, welcome, everyone, to the Monday night show, Jerry Royce Late Night, with your co-host, Shay Samuels. I'm so happy to be with you guys. Shout out to Paula G, Lady Wisdom After Midnight, for holding it down on her Mondays, and to my radio sister, Lakeisha Mosley. I really, really, really miss you guys. I know that we don't get a chance to see one another as often as we should, but knowing that it's going to be hard for us to do it because of this quarantine, I miss you guys. I miss you, and I can't wait to see you guys again at the next My Journey taping. But we are here. We have a very special guest. Shout out to my family, the Beyond the Fence Entertainment family, and to Jerry Royce Live for opening up this platform for us to share. But we have an amazing guest tonight, and I want you guys to, a lot of you probably already know him, and for those of you who are listening tonight and may not know him, you're going to get to know him. First of all he needed to say was New York. Y'all know I'm from up north, and y'all know I love me some New York. So I'm never going to do anybody from New York justice. They just got to do it themselves. And everybody always feels, I'm from Delaware, so they always feel like because I'm from up north, they could tell. But for some reason, they always say, where you from, New York? Nope, I'm not from New York. But guess what? Mr. Johnny Fat is. Hi, Mr. Johnny Fat. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm well. If you can, I can barely hear you, so I don't know if you have to get a little closer to the phone, but I can barely hear you. I want everybody to hear. Let me say something again.
I'm good. You right here? Can you hear me better?
I can hear you. So I'm gonna ask you to introduce yourself, and then I'm gonna go into a little bit of your bio. So don't steal my shine. Don't steal too much of it, because I want to get a little bit into your bio. But please introduce to the audience, the listening audience, who you are.
Okay. I'm Johnny FATS, gospel hip hop artist from New York. We reside in North Carolina. I'm from MG Music Group. One part of the gospel puzzle that we got, eight people together, just one part of the puzzle. And I love God. Love praising his name through music. That's me in a hole right there, Johnny FATS, MG Music Group.
He did me justice. He left the best for me.
Yeah, I didn't want to overdo it because I could have ran with it. I really could have ran with it, but I didn't want to go out
Oh,
like that.
you left the best for me. You left the best. So let me just give you guys the short bio of Mr. Johnny Fats. He is a native from Bronx, New York, and he began rapping in the streets of New York in 1993 with friends he grew up with in a group called Loose Guns. He began rapping on the legendary Cool Mike Ski's mixtape, doing intros with other rappers like Big Pun in 1996, KRS-One in 1995, before street life became more important. After many trials and tribulations, Johnny Fats and his family moved to North Carolina in search of his better life. Now, look, y'all, just because we said he was in North Carolina, don't go looking for him because we talked about KRS-One and Big Pun, okay? After being baptized and starting family of his own, Johnny Fats gave his life back to God and picked back up his mic for a greater purpose, God's kingdom. I'm gonna stop right there. I think it's amazing how. Let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go back a little bit. So, you were in it. You weren't just, hey, I'm on the street corner and there's a couple of our friends with our rope chains and our Kangos, our bucket hats and our shell top Adidas. We not just on the corner doing this thing. Like you were connected to Big Puns and the Cool Mike Skis. And so as I was seeing your bio a little bit earlier today, I just all this music started going in my head. I'm like an old school, I could do that all night. So talk to us about that. Talk to us about that. How did you even get into that?
Well, coming from the Bronx, New York, music is pretty much life. You either breakdancing, DJing, or rapping, or singing. Also, I used to sing too, and then when I jumped into the cigarettes and everything, I lost my voice, so I had no other choice but to rap. And other guys in my group sung. We just multi-talented, man. On every corner in New York is somebody doing some music. Some way, somehow. If it's not just beatboxing, breakdancing, it's rapping. And all we talked about was what we seen around us. And sometimes what we seen around us took over what we was trying to do. So we had a nice little run for maybe 3 years. I think we did maybe 5 total mixtapes, and we was blessed with the presence of Big Pun when he first started. Like, I think Big Pun just did the song with Shaq. Mm-hmm. And we was blessed to meet him, and he was like a legend to us because in the streets we knew him before he became big. That's just how the rap game is in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Through New York. You hear about a certain person before they hit the radio or anything. So we was already a fan of his, and just to rap with him, and mind you, he destroyed my whole crew.
Oh.
But you know what? It wasn't like a normal street battle where we was upset. We had to go back to the drawing board and come back and retaliate. No, it was a blessing to be destroyed by Big Pun because he was such a idol to us. We looked up to him.
Yeah.
So he actually made me step my game up at the moment. But right after that period and that time is when I went the other way and I left the music alone. And we went from, rap group to just run the streets wild.
And so
mind you, I was only 18 when that happened.
Wow.
Yeah, I was very young.
Wow.
I started at 17. Well, I started at 16, and I stopped. My last mixtape, I was 18 years old.
So what geared you towards the mixtape? Because I know, like, a lot of, especially in New York, because a lot people don't hear about mixtapes. And I'm going to go ahead and give, like, a shout-out to the I Choose to Worship EP, because I am an artist as well. And I did a mixtape for my first EP. And so that was kind of inspired by me coming from up north. And mixtapes are the thing, right?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you it's a little difference, though. See, what you did was probably like a whole album of just your music, right?
I did.
Okay, so the mixtapes in my time when we came out, we did intros. So the DJ that we was with, Cool Mike Ski, he was from my neighborhood. So it was a given that we got on his tapes because we was like the hottest in our neighborhood. So our mixtape reference to how mixtapes are now is totally two different things. Mm-hmm. Let me just a little info. The mixtapes we did the intro, so we had maybe 5 to 10 minutes in the beginning of a CD or a tape before it was tapes. We had 5-10 minutes, and then the DJ played everything that was out on the radio, whether it was mixing it or just scratching it up or whatever may have you. He played all the newest hot music. We just did the beginning of it. So when the Cool Mike Skis and the Ron G's and Kid Capri's and Doo-Wops, and I could go on for days, S&S, when they did mixtapes back in the days, they played other people's music, and they just had their neighborhood rappers like intro, bring in the mixtape, and then you never heard of us again. We was just at the beginning, and the rest was just already established artists.
So
compared to now, a mixtape is like you do a whole album and you call it a mixtape and you put it out. No, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, so I know, again, I'm from up north, so I absolutely 100% know what a mixtape is. What I did was a remix of all of my music, and I have a DJ on it that laid their track. So I completely know what a mixtape is.
Absolutely. Okay.
What a mixtape is. I just didn't do it with a number of people as a compilation, but I wanted that up north feel, because in the gospel world, in the world that we live in, not a lot of people understand that type of flavor. So you have to do it with some pizzazz where you don't lose the audience because it's so mixed up. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So definitely knew what that was. But it's amazing, again, because when people think about mixtapes, like they probably think about Juice. If you've seen them, well, I know you've probably seen the movie Juice. But for the listeners, if you haven't seen the movie Juice, that was probably one of the first movies that I saw that really got me hyped up. So how relevant was Juice to what you guys were doing?
Juice, both ends. It's amazing you said that. Juice, we played both sides of the field. We played the Q because we had the DJs in the group and we wanted to be out musically. And we was the Bishops. We was out there on the other side terrorizing neighborhoods and doing stuff as kids that, wish we could take back, but that's the past. But we played both sides of the fence, so Juice is relevant for an actual artist in New York, everyone, because they got to deal with both sides of the fence. Okay. They can do the music, they can do the mixtapes, but to walk to the store, you got to go through the street. To go to school, you got to go through the hood. You got to run through these little areas where all the problems is at to get through your day, but you can do the music in the comfort of your home. But once you're out there in that world, you got to sit the music down and you got to change your position to be able to deal with outside.
Yeah.
So Juice is very, very relevant, and me and all the guys I came up with, and a lot of people in New York to this day. It's very relevant. Wow. That movie will always be relevant.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm not a movie person, and people do laugh because I haven't seen a lot of movies, but I remember Juice, and I just, just kind of like seeing that whole scene. Now, I wasn't a DJ, but just seeing that whole scene when they were in there going back and forth, and Queen Latifah was doing the MCing. Like, I promise you, I was on my dresser just scratching.
Yes, I believe it. As you see, like in the movie Juice, right? Now, this is the difference in, I would say, someone like North Carolina or in the country, and Juice. When he went to present his tape to Queen Latifah, if you look on the street, it was 100 DJs trying to do the same thing.
Yes.
So just imagine me, I'm in the Bronx, Kingsbridge Road, and it's 100 other groups around us.
Yes.
So everywhere we go, no matter where we stop, we got to battle, rap on the train. And no matter where, I remember one time I went to 103rd Street in the Bronx. My mother just had got off of work, and she said, I heard Redman shooting a video. Oh, my God. That was my favorite artist at the time.
Wow.
I ran to where he was at. My team followed me, but I was gone. It was like me meeting Michael Jackson. I had to go. So when I got there, we ended up battling the crew there. This is a true story. We battled the crew there, and I would not let the video set go on. I kept stopping the video set because I'm such a big fan of Redman. I wanted to meet him. I said, until they let me meet him, this video is not going to go on, right? Because you're in our neck of the woods, so we actually sort of have some sort of control in our heads anyway. So he finally said stop and told us to come down, and we had to battle this group from the same neck of the woods where he was shooting his video, and he gave me his number on a matchbook. And it's like yesterday. He gave me his number on a matchbook. When I woke up the next morning, I already threw the matchbook away. And it was like everybody was upset with me because that was possibly our break right there. Because he loved us. He loved us. But it just wasn't meant to be. I threw the matchbook away with the number and everything. I was like driving myself crazy for years. I just said it wasn't meant to be. But things like that happen in the Bronx.
You are definitely talking my language. I wish that we could do maybe a half hour of just some old school, good old school rapping, like the I had so much fun with that. But we do have Like That in Brighter Days of you, one of your songs. Tell us a little bit about that before we go to the music break.
All right, well, Brighter Days, I'm gonna say it's a little bit ahead of time because I should have dropped that now with everything that's going on in the world. Because it kind of speaks hope, even though it gives my life story and how I changed. But I know my story, and what I love about doing the music now is I can give my story to the world, and I know there's somebody out there that has been through what I've been through, and I can show them how God changed my ways and my life, and how He directed me to some brighter days. Because my life is like a movie. Everything I've been through to this day now. Like I'm a family man. I got 4 beautiful girls. I have a beautiful wife.
Amen.
I'm finally happy, but it took me to get almost 35 to get there. So from maybe 10, 11 to 35, that's where the trials and tribulations came in, where I would never thought I would be here talking to you today.
Wow. Yeah,
but
we're gonna go to the music break, and right after the music break, we're gonna go through the trials and tribulations section of your bio, because I would love for you to be able to talk about that. And then also, I am all about redemption, and it seems like from what you're saying, you know, you've gone through the battles, you've gone through, and I mean music battles, street battles. You are able to identify with what you've overcome. And so there's somebody who's probably feeling like they just can't. And here you are walking testimony. So we're going to talk about that. But we're going to do that right after this music break. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Like That in Brighter Days by Mr. Johnny FATS.
Just like that. Lord, I give it to you when you give it right back. It's your boy Class and it's just like that. MGM Nicole and it's just like that. Do it for the Lord and it's just like that. Come on. Lord, I give it to you when you give it right back. Been around the world and it's just like that. Yeah, it's Johnny FATS and it's just like that. It'll bring it back and it's just like that. Lord, I give it to you when you give it right back. It's your boy Class and it's just like that. MGM Nicole and it's just like that. Do it for the Lord and it's just like that. I'm riding for the Lord cause He died for the living. Here to spread the words through the rhymes that I'm spitting. Violence and the killing got us scared for our children. Innocent civilian sacrifice of blood spilling. Shout out to the women and the mothers of the earth. It's a man's world without them, what's it worth? Adam and Eve was the gift and the curse. So precious like God when a woman gives birth. 9 months of labor plus they nurture with essentials. Raise them to be scholars up they reach their full potential. The devil had me into, the Lord said it's simple. Get them out your life and see the wars that I sent you. Since I made the change, Lord, the devil's working harder. Taught to keep my guard up, bless the Father, go harder. Trust the Most High, do it God's my honor. And until the end, it's a core, time to squat up. Lord, I gave it to you when you gave it right back. Been around the world and it's just like that. Yeah, it's Johnny FATS and it's just like that. It'll bring it back and it's just like that. Lord, I gave it to you when you gave it right back. It's your boy Class and it's just like that. MGM Nicole and it's just like that. Do it for the Lord and it's just like that.
When I was a little kid about pint size, I was doing things that was ill-advised. The age of 18 when I got baptized, I was taken to the water, but then I capsized. Talked about scorn, ain't even chastised. Reputation ruined over little white lies. You pretend I'm cool, but still despise. A wolf in sheep's clothing is your disguise. Even in the days when I was hooked on crack, I now know the Lord still had my back. Strictly non-fiction is all about facts. I got a second chance and I'm glad about that. Give it over to the Lord, He'll have your back. You can't make it without Him, and that's a fact. The devil's gonna always be on the attack. That's the way it is, and it's just like that.
Lord, I gave it to you when you gave it right back. Been around the world and it's just like that. Yeah, it's Johnny FATS and it's just like that. It'll bring it back and it's just like that. Lord, I gave it to you when you gave it right back. It's your boy Class and it's just like that. MGM Nicole and it's just like that. Do it for the Lord and it's just like that. The proof is in the pudding, grab your Bible, stay focused. Here to save the hopeless, you can tell that Jesus wrote this. Devil, you can quote this. I'm marching in His holy name. Your reign and terror's over, send you back from where you came.
Keep this, I want you to repeat this. Put this in your telephone and don't ever delete this. Yeah, His name is Jesus, yes, He is the sweetest. I will always praise Thee because He is defeatless.
Lord, I gave it to you when you gave it right back. Been around the world and it's just like that. Yes. Serving that devil for many years caused a lot of pain. I seen so many tears, there's deadly struggles, got so many dying. I see the hatred brewing, the devil's army rising. He think he's winning, let's prove him different. We catch him slipping, take back them souls uplifting. My godly vision, mission is seek redemption. redemption. No sinning, better living. No quitting, just commitment. So distant from religion. Not Baptist nor a Christian. I'm Holy Spirit driven. Bear witness, he is risen. We do this for the kingdom. Protect my faith through praising. Embrace his grace amazing. Prayed up, no more complaining. At night I pray somehow, some way we see some brighter days. Falling victim to this devil, feel some kind of weight. Worship and praise his holy name, and that's my sign of faith. At night I pray for some brighter days. At night I pray somehow, some way we see some brighter days. Falling victim to this devil, feel some kind of weight. Worship and praise his holy name, and that's my sign of faith. At night I pray for some brighter days. Serving my Jesus, I'm blessed and highly favored. Meet and greet any stranger, stay clear of present danger. No longer filled with anger, no more hate in my blood. Already signed my name, that's them angels above. I know my steps is ordered, I'm marching with the squad. Can't love yourself or no one else without the love of God. Can't wait till times get hard, praise when it's on and popping. Praise when you out of options, pray that you're not forgotten. Highway to heaven speeding, doing the buck and screaming. Can't have me back, you demons, or stop what I believe in. Through him I'm pushing harder, salute the king, my father. Not about that life, don't bother, his grace will take you farther. At night I pray somehow, some way we see some brighter days. Falling victim to this devil, feel some kind of weight. Worship and praise his holy name, and that's my sign of faith. At night I pray for some brighter days. At night I pray somehow, some way we see some brighter days. Falling victim to this devil.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, we are on the line tonight with Mr. Johnny FATS. You guys, an awesome and amazing testimony. You guys know, you've seen my lives when I go old school and I do my karaoke and I'm just all the way like back live. I heard a little chub rock in there.
I get told that sometimes too.
I heard a little chub rock in there. I was sitting back and it's kind of like I was vibing to it. But then, like, I just kind of, like I said, that era is just everything to me. I don't know how or why. Ask me about a rapper now. I have no clue. But you guys know how. You guys. I hold
no ill will towards it, but they're working. But I just can't get with it. It's just not my flavor.
I know. Well, I think again, it's an up north thing though, because here you are. You're down south now. So it's kind of like that up north thing, you know. When they hear it, they all rocking to it. Hey, no. They know what they say.
My kids the same way. My wife will say, "What did he say?" My kids like, "Don't worry about it. We know what they're talking about." I say, "Oh Lord."
When you Google it, you actually can see that they're saying words, which makes it even worse. Yeah,
iTunes. That's why I like iTunes. They let you see the lyrics. Absolutely.
So let's talk about the trials and tribulations. Let's get a little serious here. Let's talk about the trials and tribulations because in reading your bio, you know, the thing that I love most is that you didn't settle for this is just where I am. You talked about the streets. You didn't settle for like this is just where I am. And, you know, when you come from an environment like that, sometimes it's just this is just what it is. Shout out to your lovely wife because you said I have a lovely wife. I have beautiful children and this is my life. And you probably never imagined that this would be your life.
Nah, not at all.
When you're on them subways with Redman and you out there doing what you're doing with Big Pun, you probably never thought I'm going to just settle down. I'm going to have a beautiful wife. I'm going to have children. You said all girls, right?
Yeah, all girls.
Look at that.
Yes.
Surrounded by beautiful women. You knew you were going to be surrounded by beautiful women. You just didn't know it was going to be your wife and 4 beautiful daughters.
Yes, it's amazing because I was raised by a beautiful mother, single parent household. And 9 times out of 10, the statistics, the kids don't make it.
Yes. Wow. So let's talk about some of those trials. You kind of alluded to it earlier, you know, being able to walk to the store and having to kind of, you know, that's a whole different life, just being able to having to walk to the store. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay, coming up from where I came from, when my father disappeared, I ran to the streets for guidance. even though my mother was doing her part, but for her to work 2 jobs, someone else had to raise me. And I chose the streets instead of, like, really staying at home. I chose the streets. So from the age of maybe 16, I say starting at 16 to the age of 21, I've probably been arrested 13 times. Each time getting worse. Each time getting worse. Like, if I would have probably never left New York, it was like 3 different options with the life I was living at the moment, and that was jail, dead, or rich. And that's 1 out of 3. And being rich wasn't a legal rich. It was an illegal rich. So that's really 3 dead ends. So when she asked me to move to North Carolina to help raise my nephews, I kind of said no. I said, I live on a park bench because New York was all I knew. And I can always stay with someone. But deep down, matter of fact, the last tribulation was 98 Father's Day. A good friend of mine named Jason, he got into a situation of his own prior to that Father's Day cookout. And I don't know if you know about block parties. We shut the street down. I got to switch that up. In New York is street, out here is road. All right, so we shut the street down, and we just had a cookout, family, everybody's outdoors chilling. And there was a guy sitting in the corner for maybe 3 or 4 hours. And we were so busy, dealing with drugs and drinking, we didn't pay no mind to him. And he ran up and shot my friend in the back 3 times. Oh. He's paralyzed to this day, right? Oh. He's paralyzed to this day and still thriving, don't get me wrong. It kind of changed his life, even though he's not walking no more, he's a better person. It changed his life for the better, but that is what made me change my mind and said, tell my mother, let's go, I'm ready to go. Because that could have easily been me. I could be next. Yeah. So it wasn't like me running from an individual or a certain person. No, it was just running from what I've been running from the whole time. Yes, I've been. And it's amazing. That's why I love spreading the word through my music and telling my story through the music, is because every situation out of the 13 arrests and the so many I got away from that could have been in the 20s, God always brought me out of it. Yeah. And I never asked him to. I never asked him to because, truthfully told, in that time, I couldn't believe it was a God with everything I was going through and everything that was going on around me. And this is coming from a kid that went to Catholic school for 4 years. Yeah. I was honor roll student up to 9th grade, but never stayed a whole day of high school in the classroom one day. Never did a whole day because once I got out of junior high school, that's when the street life began.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Again, it's amazing because people don't know now. How often do you tell someone that story who knows you today, who knows Johnny Fats today?
Well, my real ones know it. And if somebody's going through something that pertains to what I just said to you, I will give it to them. I don't hold on to it. It's like every time I tell a story, it frees me up. Every time I get it out my mouth, it frees me up. Open up more doors in the future. And when I say my lovely wife, she's not just like my spouse or soulmate. She helped me find myself. Because I never thought that I deserved true happiness from all the sadness. Like if you hear that song Brighter Days, Serving That Devil, I seen so much pain. Like I made so many people cry. It's like I did so much dirt. And I never thought I deserved to be happy. But my wife is a God-fearing woman. She was throwing God at me. It took me a while to catch on, but I got it. And it seems like everybody I meet was God. It's like God people that love God. Because in the South, God is real big. Yeah. So God is everywhere in the South. But I still ran away from it. The first church I went to in 98 when I moved down here, I got goosebumps. I started sweating. I ran out the church. And that was maybe my first week in North Carolina. Now, mind you, my mother's from North Carolina, so I didn't go into a down south place that I didn't know anybody. Yeah. My whole mother's side of the family is from North Carolina. Now, my father's Puerto Rican, full-blooded Puerto Rican, so I'm mixed. I'm half, African-American, half Puerto Rican. Mind you, my name is John Luciano Serrano Jr. I'm half Boricua. That's why the relevance. I've been on every side of the planet, it feels like. And to still be here and talk to you about it is just the name of my album. It's God-given. It's amazing.
Amen.
It's definitely amazing.
you just talked about the album. So talk to us a little bit more about the MG Music Group in North Carolina. Let us know about this fabulous, group and what you're doing and what you have coming up and what we should be looking out for.
Okay. Well, MG Music Group, George and Cedric Hester, Deacon Authority in Judea. Met them guys when I moved down here, and we used to rap. I was still rapping my New York rap when I met these guys. And I seen Judea's video, Trumpets, and it just struck a chord. It just like woke me up. It's like the mic just started shining on the side of the room. And I said, wow, God, is that what you want me to do? So we met up, and the rest is history. My album, God Given, it took maybe 2 years to record. It could have been done a long time ago, but I'm a big family guy.
Yeah.
So if something's hurting my family, I put everything to the side and I take care of my family.
Mm-hmm.
When I get clear of taking care of my family, all right, I'm back to the music. Like, I can focus on it. I can do both, but I'm more of a family man than the music man.
Yeah.
The music is a passion. Family is my life.
Yeah.
And God put me in this position for a reason, so I got to make sure my girls become productive in this world. And you see the world we're living in now, I got to get them prepared more than ever now than it was before to be ready for this cruel world that we live in.
Yeah.
So as far as God Given is really a live testimony. Every song is true factual facts. It's really me giving you the good and the bad. Every song. It seems like when I write a song, I give you everything that happened to me and what God did to make it stop happening to me.
Yeah.
And to see the brighter days. And like that was one of the first tracks I actually really wrote that predicted that we'll be going all around the world before we went all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And like MG Music Group been to London in October last year. I was supposed to be there, but my daughter had to have surgery on her brain, in the back of her brain. Wow. So I had to pull myself out that situation. But yet my guys still went up there and spread that word of God up there in London, England. And really that song predicted that. It's like we knew it was coming, not as fast as it came, but we knew it was coming in. Right before Corona hit, we was to be performing in Vegas with the new song we got out, Yahweh, and that's a group collective effort right there. It's one of our hottest tracks out right now. It's called Yahweh. And we were set to perform that in Vegas for the Stellar Wars, the pre-Stellar Wars show, but coronavirus ended that right there. So, but God Given is out. I got 4 videos out right now, which is I Will Follow featuring Minister Hester, Brighter Days, which you just played, Like That, featuring Class, and then I got Serpent, which is featuring Judea and Professor. And those 4 videos they're already out on YouTube right now for the vision, the people's pleasure if they want to see it. I'm really leaning towards doing one more for a song I got called Wings, but I don't know if I'm going to just go ahead and jump into the next project or not. But as of right now, what the future holds right now, we just premiered a new video today, which is on a co-artist of mine, his album, but it's a collective of me, it's Johnny Fats, Class, and Soundman, which the group is called JCS, which also stands for Jesus Christ Saves. And that's a new project we're working on now, which is actually in production right now. It's going to be maybe a 5-6 song collective of us 3 together. So that's another project we're working on in the future.
Well, I'm excited to hear all that you have. You guys heard it here. There's an a video that premiered today on YouTube. And what is your YouTube information for them to go out and get that?
It's Johnny Fats, and you can also go on MG Music Group NC. All right. So MG Music Group MC for the new song we got out now. And if you want to look at my collection, the God Given album, and my 4 videos is also on the MG Music Group page, and I also have my own page, and it's Johnny Fats on YouTube. One word, Johnny Fats, no space, and you can see all my music.
Well, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to hearing the music. I enjoyed what I heard tonight. And before we go, we have a few more seconds left. I do want to, I never like to end without a word of encouragement to the listeners with all that you've been through. Just encourage someone tonight, someone that may be listening, that female or that male, because we all go through it. It's not just the men who go through the type of life that you're talking about, but that female or that male who may be, considering getting out of a specific type of life, and they may not know how to, and maybe you didn't know how to at that time, but you have overcome. So to that person, what would your word of encouragement be?
First off, I would say listen to the folks that's trying to tell you something. I know I ignored them too. It took me a while, but some people it takes longer than the others. And one thing I would like to say is we got to come to the point where we accept the things that we cannot change, but be willing to change the things that are not accepted. God-given.
Amen. Amen. Well, Mr. Johnny Fats, it was definitely an honor for me to be on with you tonight, having the opportunity to converse and learn so much more about you. I'm looking forward to connecting with you.
Thank you for having me on the show.
No problem. It was a pleasure. I'm always in the North Carolina area, so we'll definitely have to connect after all this quarantine is over. And, I know you can't make any promises. You got a world around to go, and we'll link up at some point. Put it that way. We'll link up at some point.
Absolutely. Y'all keep doing what you're doing, man. I love it.
Thank you.
Thanks for supporting our ministries, and thank you for everything.
No problem. So provide your social media information as well so that the listeners can connect with you as well.
Okay, I'm not a big social buff, but I tell you, on Facebook, I'm Johnny Fats. On Instagram, I'm at Johnny Fats1. YouTube is Johnny Fats. And that's pretty much it. I got to get used to all this social stuff, but that's all me right now.
Well,
and MG Music Group website also.
Yes, go ahead.
The MG Music Group website just went up. We got the merchandise and everything. You want to get in contact with me, you can go through that website also. That's mgmusicgroup@nc.com.
Y'all look out for them. I definitely had fun with you tonight. You took me back down memory lane. That's really hard to do. Okay.
That's just the truth, man. I love speaking it because it just purifies my heart.
Well, I definitely, you are, I was just saying to myself, you are definitely authentic and delivered. That was the word that came to me, definitely authentic and delivered. And it is a pleasure to hear just what has been done in your life and what God has done in your life. And I just, wish you many more blessings on your music career and with your family. And thank you for always putting your family first. You said you put them first. A shout out to you for putting your family first. If we have more time, maybe Jerry, we'll have to set up another interview, because then there's that question, like, how do you balance it all? But we're not going to go there.
Yes,
I do have one more question for you, though, before you go.
Okay.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power?
Yes. Absolutely.
Thanks for tuning in.
All right, thank you.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of Double X.
Positive Power 21.org Internet Radio.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast. You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Just like that. Yeah, it's Johnny Fats and it's just like that. Here to bring it back and it's just like that. Lord, I give it to you and you give it right back. It's your boy Class and it's just like that. MGM Nicole and it's just like that. Do it for the Lord and it's just like that. Come on. Lord, I give it to you and you give it right back. Been around the world and it's just like that. Yeah, it's Johnny Fats and it's just like that. Here to bring it back and it's just like that. Lord, I give it to you and you give it right back. It's your boy Class and it's just like that. MGM Nicole and it's just like that. Do it for the Lord and it's just like that. I'm riding for the Lord because he died for the living. Here to spread the words through the rhymes that I'm spitting. Violence and the killing got us scared for our children. Innocent civilian sacrifice of blood spilling. Shout out to the women and the mothers of the earth. It's a man's world without them, what's it worth? Adam and Eve was the gift and the curse. So precious like God when a woman gives birth. 9 months of labor but plus they nurture with essentials. Raise them to be scholars, help they reach their full potential. The devil had me into, the Lord said it's simple. Get them out your life, receive rewards that I sent you. Since I made the change, Lord, the devil's working harder. Taught to keep my guard up, bless the Father, go harder. Just the Most High, do it, God's my honor. And until the end, it's the core, time to squat up. Lord, I gave it to you and you gave it right back. Been around the world and it's just like that. Yeah, it's Johnny Fats and it's just like that. Here to bring it back and it's just like that. Lord, I gave it to you and you gave it right back. It's your boy Class and it's just like that. MG in the core and it's just like that. Do it for the Lord and it's just like that.
When I was a little kid about pint size, I was doing things that was ill-advised. The age of 18 when I got baptized, I was taken to the water, but then I capsized. Talk about scorn and even chastised. Reputation ruined over little white lies. You pretend I'm cool, but still despise. A wolf in sheep's clothing is your disguise. Even in the days when I was hooked on crack, I now know the Lord still had my back. Strictly non-fiction is all about facts. I got a second chance and I'm glad about that. Give it over to the Lord, he'll have your back. You can't make it without him, and that's a fact. The devil's gonna always be on the attack. That's the way it is, and it's just like that.
Lord, I gave it to you and you gave it right back. Been around the world and it's just like that. Yeah, it's Johnny Fats and it's just like that. Here to bring it back and it's just